Anybody online tonight? We'll see here in a take the necklace in here so it doesn't bump the mic. Anybody, or is everybody out camping and doing things on this Saturday? Nobody's going to join the live. What's up, Dick in the Dirt? Finally got somebody to join me. So I'm camping on Hill Island. There's my tent, my fire pit, and my wood. How you been doing, brother? That was an awesome stealth camp. You and Dick are together. I think I've seen his videos first, then yours. Did a good job on that video, brother. You always get great spot. Where I originally wanted to go, there's a spot behind the camera, kind of around the river. And it's a big cliff. It kind of looks like Pride Rock off of Lion King. And I rode over there today and got up on it. There's probably 50 canoe loads of trash up there, man. So much garbage, it is ridiculous. So I either camped on, come back up river a little bit and found this spot here. So I don't have the greatest view now like I originally wanted. Nice. But I'm still camping, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, it does. I hate it when people do that. I don't know why they just don't pick up, pack out what you pack in, It sucks. I was going to do another stealther this weekend, but Thursday was Al Hunter's birthday, and she's having a birthday party this weekend with all of her friends. There's like 10 or 15 females at my house. So I told Mama Bear I'm out. And I left Friday after work, and I'm not going home until tomorrow. Silver Wolves, what's up, bro? Told you I'd be back live today, 7. I think I'm a little early. A couple minutes early. I just got done filming my dinner scene. I tried something new tonight. So I had breakfast sausage this morning. Yeah, right, bro? That's why I went camping all weekend. I did sausage, little sausage links for breakfast this morning on the Bowden Island where I was Friday night into Saturday morning. And I only ate half the pack, so I saved the other half the pack. And I was just going to fry them up and eat them as a snack. But my tonight's dinner was the Mountain House macaroni and cheese. So I cooked them up and chopped them up in little tiny pieces and threw them in the mac and cheese. Figured why not just try it, because I like the sausage and I like the mac and cheese. The two together was pretty awesome. That was a pretty good dinner tonight. Yeah, the lasagna one's my favorite one. I keep getting people tell me to put Velveeta cheese in it, and I haven't tried it yet, and I need to. But lasagna is my favorite. The mac and cheese is pretty good. I think now, moving forward, every time I eat that one, though, I'm going to get me some sausage links to add to it. Chili mac? I haven't tried the chili mac yet. Your dog loves cheese. I've tried the lasagna, the mac and cheese, the biscuits and gravy, the breakfast fillets, whatever they call it. And then I did the spaghetti and meat sauce one. That's the only ones I've tried so far. I bought a bunch of them in like a bulk pack. What's up, Janet? I bought a bunch of them in a bulk pack for my week-long backpacking trip that I got hurt on and didn't do the whole week-long trip. So I've been eating them up on these camping trips because I spent over $200 and bought a huge box full of them. So I've got the Mountain House backpacker meals for days in my camping closet. I'm on Hill Island, for anybody that just joined, which is on the Catawba River system, basically. I got the dam north of me, and then it's Fisher's Creek Reservoir, which is part of the Catawba. Then I'm in Dearborn / Great Falls, like reservoir area, Catawba River, and then there's another dam south of me. I was next week going to go past that dam and hit southern part, keep continuing down the river, because I've done this whole river all the way up to Lake Norman. And this is the farthest I've been down on the river. And I was going to go past the bridge and hit the next part next weekend, but I think Fishing the 910 and I are going to link up next weekend, potentially link up and do a collab video. So I'm going to hold off on continuing down this river and go meet up with him. Linda. Did I miss a comment? Linda who? Is that my mother on here watching? I must have missed a comment. Mama, is that you, or is this a different Linda you're saying hello to? Appreciate it, Dick and Dirk. There you are, Mama. Sorry, Mama, I didn't see your comment come through originally. I was looking around. How you doing today? I'm out camping as usual, Mama. Everybody say tell Linda hi. That's my mother. Her and my father is who got me into the camping growing up. They took me and my brother all the time growing up. We'd come home from school. They wouldn't even tell us we're going anywhere. The truck would be packed up, or the van, or whatever we were driving at the time. They'd tell us we're going on a road trip. They'd throw us in the vehicle. We'd be on the cart road for hours. We'd be like, where are we going? And they'd be like, we're going camping. And they would take us everywhere. It was pretty cool. I had a real good childhood growing up as far as doing trips. No, brother, I didn't make it. I went to Pride Rock, and I was telling Dick in the Dirt earlier, when I climbed up on it, when I canoed to it, dude, there's probably 50 canoe loads full of trash and bottles and all kinds of shit up on top of that rock. So I'm not even going to call it Pride Rock anymore, because that's a shameful rock. So either I was going to camp on the trash, or I canoed back up river. I tried to go farther that way up through the rapids. There's a nice spot up there, but it was the flow was too heavy. I couldn't, I don't have a motor, right? I'm using paddles, so I couldn't get up the flow. So I come back down the channel and head back towards the island I was on yesterday, and found this spot here on Hill Island, which is the same island I was going to camp on Pride Rock. I'm just on the other half of the island where there's good flat land. I'll show you all what I got going on here. So I'm tent camping tonight. I got the reservoir, Catawba River, whatever you want to call it, right there. And then directly behind me, up a hill and back down the hill, is the other part of the river. And then the fire pit, my firewood. But no, I didn't get it to, I'm just going to start calling it Shame Rock. There was so much trash up there, bro. There was no way I could even clean it up. I'd have to spend a week with my canoe just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm probably 45-minute row from the dock where I put in, 45, maybe an hour row. I was pretty disappointed because the view of the Whitewater Rapids, that's a little bit farther up river here, from up on that Pride Rock, is absolutely beautiful. I've done a couple shorts up there with Owl Hunter, so I've gave the channel the view before, but I wanted with that view for camping tonight, and it just didn't work out. It's too much garbage. People need to learn how to, pack out what they pack in. So I got me a nice little flat spot here. I got a little sandbar over here that I put in, so it was easy in and out with the canoe. It's been a pretty relaxing day. Had a good dinner tonight. I haven't even started the fire yet. I was going to wait until I went live. I'm going to start the fire with y'all tonight. Leave no trace. You got that right, bro. I mean, I got a couple trash bags in my canoe from yesterday's camping on the island. And I got a bag hanging from the tree behind me here. It's got today's trash in it. Should always pack out what you pack in. Leave it better than what you found it, right? That's what my parents taught me growing up. 10 people on here now is what I'm thinking. I haven't seen who all joined. So I seen Janet, I seen Dick in the Dirt, I seen my mother, I seen Gravedigger. Oh, what was the other one? Oh, Silver Wolf, if I'm saying it right. Hopefully I'm saying it right. I seen you in here. Mama Bear, you in here yet? Owl Hunter, you in here yet? Owl Hunter's having a party at my house tonight with a bunch of her friends, which is the main reason I'm out camping this weekend, because I think she's got 10 or 12 girls spending the night with her. Here on this island, I've actually had to go against what I like to do. I've had to saturate myself with bug spray. The mosquitoes are bad. No what? No what, Mama? Mosquitoes are bad right here on this island. And I've had to pluck a couple ticks off me. So this spray here keeps... We're going to stay overnight at a place called Max Hatch. Yeah, it's they're going to keep taking people's places to camp away from you if people don't pick up, you know, their garbage and stuff. It's sickening. It's like everywhere I go, I should just bring a second canoe and tow it behind me so I can... No wife, no daughter. Okay. I should tow a second canoe because every time I go on a trip, it seems like this is garbage everywhere. It's sickening. And of course, I live down here in the lower 48, so there ain't no real true wilderness, right? Where I can get away from the trash even. It's pretty sad, but yeah, mosquitoes and ticks are bad here. I've got a couple ticks off me. Been bit up by mosquitoes. So I sprayed this on me. This is supposed to repel fleas, mosquitoes, ticks, everything. So, and I don't normally like spraying this shit all over my skin and my body when I'm camping because I don't like sleeping in it and getting inside my sleeping bag. But I was just getting tore up. I had to. I didn't have no choice. And I have a thermocell, but I need to go buy some more cartridges for it. I'm out and I haven't bought new cartridges for this season. I think I need to send Mama Bear to the store this week and go get me more cartridges. We got a couple different Therafuse thermocells. Try. Okay, I'll check it out. There's something else somebody else told me too. Can't remember what it was. This is why I hate this time of year down south in camp. I guess, right? We had a mild winter too, so I can imagine how bad the bugs are going to be this year. I'm sure I'm going to get tore up. Every time I go camping this time of year, I get lit up. So I didn't start my fire during the video I'm recording because I was going to do it with y'all. Put fabric sheets in your pockets. You know what? I've heard that before. I've actually heard that. Another good idea I'm going to have to try. Do you need glasses now? Well, no, because I'm doing this live off my phone, so the phone screen... I've got the phone set up in a way so you can see me sit in my chair, and then when I get up and start the fire, I just flip it. So it's so far away, it's hard for me to read these little words. I need to bring the tablet out with me when I go live so I have a big screen where I can see it. No, I'm still just as blind as I was before, Mama. It's just a little tiny phone screen trying to read everybody's comments so I don't miss nothing. Is Dad home or is he working? Got a big camping trip coming up with my father and brother-in-law. I think, what is today? Is today the 1st yet? Or is today the 31st? Today's the 1st, right? Yeah, 1st. So it's 19 more days before I leave, 18 more days before I leave, and 19 or 20 more days before they leave. I get a full day ahead of them. How bad are the ticks? I've pulled 4 or 5 off of me since I've been in this location. The first place I was at, maybe 1 tick when I first got on the island. But this one, 4 or 5 so far I've pulled off me before I saturated myself with this poisonous DEET shit. And I haven't had anything touch me since I've sprayed myself. Yeah, I'm going to have to, I guess I'm going to get some dryer sheets and stick them in my pockets and my camping clothes. I mean, I've got night clothes, so I'm going to strip down naked before I get in the tent tonight. So if there is any ticks in any of these pockets or anything, I don't drag them in. I've got night clothes in there. that I'll just put on and sleep in. And see if I even put clothes on, because it's, last night I think it got down to 66 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. And I went to bed with sweatpants on and a long sleeve shirt, and ended up having to get up throughout the night and peeling half of it off. But I did have a, Dad just got on. Cool. I had to peel half of it off last night because I was sleeping in my hammock and I had my underquilt and my, my sleeping bag as the top quilt. And I got a little too warm in there. Yep. I think that's what I'm going to do. I got to do something, because normally when I go camping this time of year and I get back, Mama Bear will tell you the full week until I get back out the next weekend, I'm pink from spreading calamine lotion all over my body. I might as well just fill up a bathtub and take a bath in the shit. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do real quick, so I'm not going to be able to read comments. I held off on starting this fire until I was live with y'all, because I got enough wood to get me through the dark until about 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't want to start it. So I'm not going to see your comments, but y'all can watch me start a fire real quick, and we're going to get this fire going. Maybe that'll help keep the bugs away if I can get some smoke. Get me fire going. Now, when I was up in New York for my brother's wedding, he has some birch on his property. So I got me some birch bark from him, because I don't have it. Now, I'm sure there's birch down here in the Carolinas, but I don't see it too often. So I'm going to start this fire with some birch and a lighter. I'm going to cheat and use a lighter this time. Hopefully y'all can see me. I feel like I got to bend way down. Let me zoom this out. All right, well, let's just get this started. I'm cheating. I'm using a lighter today, folks, instead of a ferro rod. I love how birch bark just takes right off. I wish we had birch bark down here, birch trees down here. I don't see them too often. Get some. Oh, it's right here behind me. Like, where's my smaller stuff? Puts off black smoke, though. The lights. Get this fire going, maybe help with the bugs. That's what the smoke will do, right? I purposely held off on this because I got a little pile of wood here. Should keep me going to about midnight, 1 o'clock before I go to bed, I would hope. If not, I got wood all around me. This fire pit was here before. It just was missing a couple stones, so I rebuilt it. So somebody's camped here before, but when I got here, I could tell nobody's camped here in probably at least a year, because everything was grown up on the tent pad there, or I'm calling it a tent pad. It's actually a sand bed. Nice fire. I did use my twig stove last night as a fire. I didn't even build a real fire because that island over there that I was camping on yesterday is heavily used. People use it all the time, but they keep it really clean over there, except for that tire that we seen yesterday. And that island over there was picked. Like, there was no wood over there, so it was nothing but little twigs like this. So I just kept my twig stove going. I didn't get to bed last night until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I don't think I got out of bed this morning until like 9:30. And I probably would have slept until noon if it wasn't for a couple boaters with kids that come by, and the kids were probably, I'm bad with ages, but I'm assuming they've only been talking for maybe a year, 2 years. What's that? 3, 4, 5 years old, something like that. And the kids were hooping and hollering on their Dad and Grandpa's boat. So, oh, that's hot. And they woke me up. Got a fire going. Well, it looks like everybody was chatting. So all those comments I missed, obviously. The fire's hot. Let's just move the camera here. Oh. Give me 1 second, folks. There we go. That way y'all can see the fire. OCD is kicking in now real bad because this tripod's not level. There we go. Hit that like button. That's right, Dick. Hit that like button. Oh, there you go. That's a big fire, ain't it? It's too warm out here for a fire that big. That's hot. I'm overheating already. I'm a little bit too close to this fire. But hopefully it drives the bugs away, right? Huh. Mama Bear, you popped on here yet? Or Owl Hunter? You're telling all the... Right? Smoke signals. Trying to get Mama Bear to jump on and chat with us. Send her smoke signals. I texted her and Owl Hunter right before I went live. Really don't expect Owl Hunter to jump on here though. Nope, not yet. So what's for dinner? So I already ate dinner. I ate dinner before I went live. It's Mountain House backpackers meal was the mac and cheese, and then I had some breakfast sausage links left from this morning. So I fried up 7 of those that I had and chopped them up in little tiny pieces and threw it in there. And that was my dinner tonight. It was pretty good, actually. And then I've got beef jerky, potato chips, Raisinets, a bunch of junk food in my bag for a little bit later. Oh, there went the do abuse. Good thing it was pretty much empty. Like alcohol abuse, you know, everybody, I don't drink alcohol really. Do foul, right? It's just about gone anyways. I need to go get another one. Right? I've got the teriyaki and the original, well, I think it's called Jack Links. The little bite-sized beef jerkies is what the wife got me. Steak, yeah. Yep, I'm bringing steak. It's the only thing you, Sean and Josh need to bring is cooler full of food and drinks and what you guys want to drink. I've got all your camping gear, Dad. I got tents. I've got everything else you'll need. Bring a pillow, though, when we all meet up. Pillow and a cooler full of beer, drinks, food, whatever you guys want to eat. Everything I'll bring as far as dishes and tents and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm probably going to eat steak, too. Most likely. I get there a full day ahead of you guys, though. I gave myself an extra day for travel, so when I get off work Wednesday, I'm going to go to bed and then get up around about 3 o'clock Thursday morning and start my drive. And that'll put me at that state park about an hour before check-in time. And then I think the next day is Friday. Yeah, the next day is Friday when you guys are all off work and meet me up. Unless you guys drive out Thursday. But I check in Thursday, so I'll be there a day ahead of you guys. But I'm going to leave Sunday when you guys leave. And then I took Monday off work as well after that trip as basically a recover day. I was going to stay out an extra day, longer than you guys, but Mama Bear needs a truck to come back home for work, so I'm just going to come home Sunday when you guys leave. I keep telling all my viewers, Dad, where we're going, but I can never remember the dang name of the state park. Can you pop that up in the comments? Because the only way I can check what the name of it is I got to kill the live. Steak sounds great. Oh, it is great. I recently started cooking my steak in butter. Oh, nah. Oh, it's pretty good. Last couple times I've cooked steak for the family, I just, instead of using any oil or anything in the pan, I've been using nothing but butter and some, was it Montreal steak seasoning? I don't normally eat steak when I go camping, though, unless it's cold out. I have to work Thursday, so probably leave after work. All right. Either way, I'll see you guys when you get there. I just wish I could remember the name of it, of the where we're going. One of these times when I get here and do these lives, I'll actually remember the name of the park we're going to. Mouse Trail Landing. Yep, there you go. Hey, I've been talking about in the last couple lives. Mouse Trail Landing. It's a state park there in Tennessee. That's where we're going. And I booked campsite number 3. I was trying to get campsite number 1. So if you picture United States, like the state of Florida, how it kind of jets out, and you got the Gulf on one side, and then you got the ocean, you know, Atlantic, right? Am I right? Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Atlantic's East Coast and Pacific's the West Coast, right, folks? Yes. Yeah, okay. Sorry. So you know how Florida is, like, got the Atlantic on one side and the Gulf on the other? Well, at this campground that all of us guys are going on, campsite 1 is like being at the tip of Florida, and there's no other campsites in that, like, I'm just going to call it Florida. So that's what I try to get us, but it's booked out the rest of the daggone year. So I got us the next best site, which is campsite 3. I don't believe it has power or water on that campsite, but it is what it is. I try to get this campsite as farthest away from everybody. So they're, you know, because campgrounds nowadays, they put you right on top of each other. Scotland. Mom's wanting to go to Scotland. It's been one of her to-do list. She was supposed to go, but they had to cancel their trip for one reason or another. I'll go to Scotland with you. If nobody wants to go on that Alaskan cruise with you or Dad, if you or Dad back out Alaskan cruise, I get the other person's ticket. Might make Carrie mad because I might never come back. COVID. Oh, that's what stops you. That's right. COVID. Oh, COVID. I was hoping Al Hunter would jump on here too. She said she would, but I figured she's too busy. Yeah, COVID came. Mom and Dad, Al Hunter's doing her 70th birthday party tonight at the house, and Mama Bear allowed her to have like 8 to 12 girls come over to spend the night. Why? That's exactly why I'm out here for an entire weekend camping. Too much for me. I don't like Mama Bear. Mama Bear's, I believe, going to be going to the Bahamas here soon for work. I'm not sure if it's 100% going to happen or not, but so my mama, for the ones of you who don't know, Mama Bear works for a florist. She's her what's her title? Transportation director, where she handles all their deliveries and all that stuff. But somebody reached out local to us. That's, I guess, what they call a destination wedding, and they're going to the Bahamas to get married. And it looks like they're hiring my wife's, the place she works. So the boss lady's going to take my wife with her, and they're going to go to the Bahamas for a week. Go do all the floor arrangements and everything for the wedding and everything. She's pretty excited about that. She came home and she goes, "Do you care if I go to Bahamas?" I'm like, "Really? How many months did I spend going through the Caribbeans because of my job, and you had to stay at home? Go. If you get a chance to go to the Caribbeans for free or the Bahamas for free, go. So hopefully she gets to go. She's never been that far south before. Truth be told, she's never left. Well, I can't say she's never left North Carolina, but because that'd be a lie. She's been to Oklahoma. She's been to South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida. She's been all over, because when I was on the road traveling, my wife and kids during the summer months would travel with me when I was climbing towers for a living. So she's never been off the main continental U.S. though. And I did, I think, her 6 or 7 month stint through the Caribbeans and through the Bahamas building sites. How many years ago was that? That was probably 10 years ago, I think now. Maybe 15 years ago or something like that. I can't remember. But I couldn't take my wife and kids with me. And I got to spend the entire winter months. Almost didn't make it home for Christmas. I got a story for y'all. Let me on here. Yeah, there's enough on here to tell. All right, let me tell y'all this story. So it's all through the Caribbeans, working, climbing towers, rebuilding towers, and all this stuff. When all those hurricanes went through, I don't remember what hurricane it was, but there was a batch of hurricanes that went through there like 10, 15 years ago or something like that, and destroyed all the islands, right? So they hired 64 four-man crews from upper United States to come down through the islands, and each one of our four-man crews took on a local onto our crew to teach them how to do telecom. So moving forward, they wouldn't have to bring, us down from the upper 48, right? So we're on this island. I was gone away from home like 6, 7 months or something like that. Normally I'd be gone for 3 months, come home for a week, gonna be gone for 3 months. But I went from Miami, Florida, straight to the Caribbean. So I was gone almost 7 months straight. It's the longest I ever spent on the road. Cut the story down some. It was time to come home. And I was flying home, I think, Christmas Eve. If Mama Bear ever jumps on here, she could correct me. I believe it was Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve to get on the flight to come home. So I get a suit on, dressed to the nines. I haven't seen my Mama Bear, my wife, in 6, 7 months. So I dress up, clean shaved, dress up to the nines. I'm going to come home looking sharp to my old lady, right? Well, we get through the primary checkpoint in the airport. No big deal. I've been on cruises through out of Puerto Rico, and I was flying from Puerto Rico back up to Charlotte International Douglas Airport. So I've been through the airport before, so I know how the security is there when my parents took us on a cruise. So I went through primary security. They had a secondary security checkpoint. I went through it. And then they, right when they open the doors and start to board the plane, they set up another one literally at the, the boarding dock to get on the plane itself. I'm like, what the hell, 3? But whatever, I get it. It is what it is. So we all stand up with our tickets and we're going through, and they're just doing a quick search, and every so often they grab a person and pull them offside and open their carry-on and go through their carry-on or whatever. Well, we had these 2 people in front of me that I know you shouldn't judge a book by a cover, right? But just by looking at them, mind you, this is before I had tattoos all over my face and heavily coated on my arms. I still had tattoos, but it was before I was way like I am now, right? And like I said, keep in mind, I'm dressed up in a full 3-piece suit, fresh cut, fresh shave, looking sharp, right? And I had this businesswoman that was standing right next to me. She looked pretty sharp. She had a pin strip suit on, whatever. And these 2 people in front of me, if you were to look at somebody and think that they're smuggling drugs, these 2 people in front of us would be the 2 people that I would, without a hesitation, go, these 2 are smuggling drugs or something, right? So we get up to the last checkpoint, which is literally at the gate to get on the plane. They don't even look at the boarding pass or nothing, just pass them through. Me and this woman get up here. We're both dressed up to the nines, let her go, and they pull me to the damn side to do another check of my carry-on, my briefcase, and my temper took over. So as they're going through my bag and stuff, I did something I should never have done at the airport. I said, you're never going to find that kilo of cocaine. I had no drugs on me. Oh, that was a big mistake. Do that at anybody watching this, do not do that at an airport. Needless to say, I almost didn't make it home for Christmas. It delayed me. I didn't even catch that actual flight. I missed that flight home because they obviously took me around back, and just say it wasn't a pleasant experience. I made it home, and I think I made it home hours before Christmas. But there's a story for you. So if you ever get pissed off in the airport, careful what you say, because it could get you in trouble, because it almost got me in all kinds of hemmed up. That's not a camping story, right? But that's a story for you. One for the books. Oh, keep this fire. I'm just going to keep it little. I don't want to get too big. I don't want to burn up all my wood. Oh, I hate my camping chair. So my camping chair's got the little tiny small feet, and they sink right into the ground. It sucks. So if anybody's got a 3D printer, Mom and Dad, you can shoot this towards my brother Sean, because I know he's got one. But if anybody got a 3D printer and you can print me some pucks that fit on the bottom of this chair, you know what I mean, like a little puck like that, keep it from sinking in. You want to send me that? Let me know. I'll give you my address. I used to have Mountain Dew cans last season, but they got worn out. I haven't made new ones. So I took Mountain Dew cans last season, and I cut the bottom of it off, and you know how the can kind of humps up, and I beat it flat with a hammer, and then I carried around 4 of these inside my chair bag. Smell like weed? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't smell like none. I smelled fresh. Like I said, I was dressed up and freshly showered, shaved, and everything. Didn't even smoke that day before I got up to get on the plane, just because I didn't want any problems at the airport. But when they pulled me aside like that and started going through my bag for a third time, my anger just took over, and sometimes it gets the best of me and stuff just starts flying out my mouth. They didn't find the seeds you had. You know, I almost took some with me on a cruise once, and I made it all the way. I guess I'm telling on myself and my parents, but you know, back in the day, there was a cruise my parents took us on one time, and I brought some with me all the way to the airport, or all the way to the was it Puerto Rico? I think every time I went on the cruise with my parents, we got on the boat in Puerto Rico. I made it all the way to Puerto Rico with some, and then you went, or was it Charleston? I think it was Puerto Rico. Anyways, when there was the cruise line terminal, whatever you go in, you go through all that, you know, there's security to get on the cruise ship. Walking up to that building, I made it all the way to this point, but walking up to that building, I got nervous. So I turned around and ditched it. You know, I was bringing some with me for the cruise, you know, type deal when everybody went to bed at night, you know, but I got spooked right at the terminal and got rid of the shit. And didn't bring it on the ship with me, which is probably a good thing, right? Tell on myself and my mom and dad here. Not that they care anymore, but some of the stupid shit I used to do growing up. It's about another due time. That wood should last me, I would think, until about 1 o'clock in the morning, as long as I don't keep the fire too hot. I was going to start it earlier and cook my dinner, my sausages on it, but I overheated cutting wood. I know you guys asked me yesterday during my live if I was going to swim this weekend. I never went swimming. Probably Cape Canaveral. No, I think the only cruises I've been on with you guys, we've always left out of Puerto Rico. This is before you guys started leaving out of Charleston and everywhere else that you guys, when you guys do your cruises. Yeah, it was always good. I was a hellion growing up for my folks. Of course, I'm the oldest kid too, so I don't know if I really was a hellion or if I was just the icebreaker to my parents, me being the oldest kid, the first kid to do everything that he shouldn't be doing. But I did some stupid shit growing up. Shortly after I got my driver's license, I don't think I've ever seen my mother this mad before. I just got my driver's license. The very next morning, me and my best friend went to the high school with cartons of eggs, egged the high school. There was this, I probably shouldn't announce this online, right? Because I don't want to get canceled, but transparency. I was a stupid young kid, so don't hold it against me. But there was a mentally handicapped woman and her son walking in the parking lot of that high school. We ate her too, where her husband, who was perfectly fine, seen this and started chasing me. And I was in my mom and dad's Saturn doing like 120 through downtown Wilmington, which is like if you blink, you miss the town because it's like a small country town. Well, this old man in this huge like E250 series van stayed on me long enough to get my license plate, and they called the sheriff. And I guess the sheriff showed up at my house and was there going to arrest my dad or my mom or somebody because they didn't, it registered back to them. And yeah, I think I was at work when my parents called me and I had to come home. And my dad told me to take my driver's license out and put it on the table. So I took it out of my wallet and I threw it down on the counter or the bar we had in our house. And it bounced and hit my mom. And it's like, without even flinching, she just grabbed a pair of scissors and snipped them things up to thousands of little pieces. We're talking not even 24 hours after just getting my driver's license, I went out and did this shit. That's the kind of stupid shit I did growing up to my parents. There's a lot of shit I did too and didn't get caught, thank God. But there's a lot of stuff that I did do that they knew about. I could never skip school growing up, never. Somebody see me walk in town, they'd call my dad at work. And then you get, how was school? Oh, it was fine. You were, and then obviously he knows I wasn't there. Every time I skipped school, I got caught. You ever hike the Appalachian Trail? When you hike that far, you might as well hike the trail, Appalachian Trail, man. I don't know if I'd call that dumb. Why would you call that dumb? That's a great adventure. That'd be cool. I want to go hike the entire Appalachian Trail, but I don't think it's going to happen. Al Hunter and I originally was attempting to plan to do it when she graduated. We want to go hike that trail. It was dangerous. I got you. We were planning originally when she graduated to go hike the Appalachian Trail. But after that last week-long trip I did and I hurt my knee, my knee's never really been back right since then. I don't know. I guess I'm falling apart. I don't think I could make that whole hike anymore. I think I was fooling myself. So what I think when her is going to we're planning on doing now is I want to get out with a outfitter or whatever you call it, not a tour guide, but like the people up in Canada where you pay them, they provide you with canoes, tents, and they provide you everything you need, and they put you on a plane, drop you off in some river in the middle of nowhere, and then they pick you up with a plane somewhere else in the middle of nowhere, like 100 kilometers away. That's what Al Hunter and I is wanting to do when she graduates. We want to go up somewhere up northern Canada and do like a week to 2 week canoe, true wilderness adventure. So I think that's what we're going to do instead of doing the Appalachian Trail. These comments, they're so small, it's hard for me to read them. Some true wilderness. Dick in the Dirt, if you're still on here, I was talking to Gravedigger yesterday during my live. I'm out of vacation time this year, but I get a whole lot of vacation time from work and sick time from work. Like, I'm going to plan a trip to come down to Florida to meet you and Gravedigger. I want to go out on a stealth camp with 3 of us, and then I also want to go out on Gravedigger's sailboat and go sleep out on that thing for a night or 2. I'll hit you guys up as time gets closer, but it ain't going to be until 2025. All my vacation time for work this year is booked up the rest of the year for trips. So I'm not going to make it down there this year, but I want to come down to Florida next year and meet you guys in person and go do a trip with you guys. You guys' last collab video, your southern tier of the Stealth Camping Alliance. I'm going to come down there and do a trip with you guys. I think next weekend I'm going to go meet fishing with 910 in Urari. We're going to go do a collab video next weekend, I think. I'm not sure yet. I got to call him tomorrow when I get home or reach out to him. He sent me some texts today, and I don't know if it's going to work out for this weekend or not. Because from the sounds of it, it sounds like he can only get out for Friday night, and then he's got to leave Saturday. And I work Friday, so me getting out there Friday before dark, I don't know if it's going to work. But I won't know until I talk to him. If not, I know him and I are getting up in November because he goes and does a week-long hunting trip, and I'm going to meet up with him for that. I think him and his dad does it every year. And they invited me last year. Things didn't work out where I couldn't get there. But this year, I'm definitely going to go meet them up in the Urari National Forest. Oh! It's been a peaceful day. It's been a real peaceful day. Can I unplug this? Give me 1 second, folks. How do I get this off here? Okay. You said you guys did do a kayaking trip up there? I know there's a couple people I follow on YouTube that are, like some of the bigger channels that I follow that, live up there and do those kind of trips all the time. And they got those outfitters up there that, they provide everything. I don't have to bring nothing. And Joe Robinette, I follow him, and he uses a company up there all the time, and they provide, normally he brings his own boat, but they provide everything. Obviously, the more they provide, the more money it costs, but I think that's what I'm just going to do. Fire tent. Let me flip this camera. So this is called Hill Island. Big rocks all up through there. And where I was wanting to camp is right around the corner there on the island tip over here. It's like probably 60, 70 feet above the river here. But there's just so much trash up there. Had a good beach landing here too. Come check that out. I was originally going to hang my hammock from here to there. I was going to hammock camp again tonight and just camp right here, so I had an open view. This is my beach landing. This is how I got the boat in. I got the boat up in there so anybody that comes by can't see the boat. But I didn't feel like sleeping in a hammock 2 nights in a row. Actually, I'm lying. I'd prefer a hammock over a tent any day, but for content-wise for my channel, I try to use different gear every time I go out, so it's, changes up the video a little bit. But this is Catawba River system here, and in this section between the 2 dams I'm at, again, I think it's called Dearborn/Great Falls. I think that's what it's called. There's another dam down there, and that's as far as I've been. And then I've been on this Catawba River all the way up to Lake Wiley, and then from Lake Wiley to what's that next lake? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. There's another lake in between Lake Wiley on the Catawba River and Lake Norman. I've done that, and then all the way up to Lake Norman I've canoed. So this is the farthest south on this river I've made it, which I'm down in South Carolina, probably about an hour away from the house. And then canoe where Mama Bear dropped me off, so about 45 minutes to an hour. Well, it's 45 minutes from this island right here. That's where we were last night. And it took me about 15 minutes from that island to get where I'm at here. So we'll just say an hour road to get out tomorrow, which is all the way around right before the next dam. Nice little camp spot though. No fishing pole. I didn't bring my fishing stuff. I don't have a South Carolina fishing license. yet. I need to get online and get one. The next fishing license I'm going to buy is for Tennessee, though, because I want to have my fishing license when I do that guy's trip with my dad, brother, and brother-in-law, because our campsite's right on the river. So I'm going to be bringing the fishing pole and buying a 3-day fishing pass there at the campground. Let me flip the camera. So these are the woods, these rocks. Pretty cool. There was another spot I could have camped, like over here on the other side of the island on the river, because the river splits this island. It's like a rock field, and I almost stayed there tonight instead. It wouldn't have been up on what I was calling Pride Rock, but it's a different location than that. Like I said, it's over there, but it's I decided not to camp there because in the middle of the night when I get up to go pee, there's a good chance I'd roll and break an ankle, because the whole bank is basically looks like that. So I'd be stringing my hammock up. Bringing your fishing gear, cool. But you can get your fishing license online, and most state parks, if that has water systems on them, you can buy like a week-long pass or something like that, or a couple-day fishing license from the state park. I gotta look into it and see which is the better option, because that's the only time I'm going to be up in Tennessee. So whatever's cheaper, I guess, right? And then when we get back from that, I need to get my South Carolina fishing license, because I camp in South Carolina more than I do North Carolina, especially when I'm canoeing all the time. Yeah, whole island to myself. I've had a couple fishers come by, obviously, fishing the shore and all that stuff. They can't get too much farther up the river here because it gets too rocky. But nobody else is on this island as far as I'm aware. It's a pretty big island, though, unless somebody else is out here camping. And there is no camping signs anywhere. Nothing that tells me I can't camp. There is a sign at the boat ramp that says you can't camp at the boat ramp. But that's the only no camping sign I've seen. So I don't know if I'm going to call this, if I should consider this a stealth camp or not, really, because I don't know if I'm allowed to be camping here, technically. But when I go camping, I leave things cleaner than what I found it normally when I leave. I pack out what I pack in, so there is no trespassing signs. I'm not sure who owns all these islands on the Catawba system. I'm thinking maybe Duke Power, because I know they own all these dams and run all these dams, so maybe they own these islands. Because I know the on Catawba River, that's up closer to the house. It's like a 15-minute drive from my house, and right after Lake Wiley's dam, until you hit Fisher's Creek Reservoir, which is just above the dam that I'm south of now. On that river, that part of the river, I know all the islands there. Duke Power owns all that, because they have signs on every one of those islands. It says, owned by Duke Power, no trespassing, blah, 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 blah. And so that's why I don't camp up there that often. I ain't gonna lie, I have camped there a couple times, but I don't do it too often, because I do got signs posted all over those islands up there. But this part, I haven't seen anything. And that Fisher's Creek Reservoir, I haven't seen it. And there's one island right in the middle of that reservoir that doesn't have any signs. It's all the islands before the reservoir. And that reservoir, just to give you, so you kind of know where I'm talking about, is the video where I sunk my boat when I was hot tent camping. Went out, did a hot tent camp on the river in the wintertime. Mom and Dad, you should know what I'm talking about. That's just north of me. That's right past the dam that's up here. But there's no trespassing signs down here, so I'm not sure who owns these islands. There's like, you got Hill Island, Bowden Island, Big Island. I think there's, I don't remember what the fourth island is. No, I didn't swim today. Got pretty damn hot though. Probably should have, but I didn't really bring anything. I gotcha. I need to download the app, right? But no, I didn't go swimming. It got warm enough today to go swimming, but I didn't bring anything with me to swim. And unfortunately, on this river system here, I don't like swimming in it without having my water shoes, because I'm broken bottles. It's a dirty river. I'm gonna just put it that way. Probably 16, 17 years ago, I went swimming on this river with a buddy of mine, and he stepped and slit his foot. Matter of fact, it was even longer than that. It was my oldest boy, Austin. He come to North Carolina on visitation from his mom's, because he grew up in Ohio. My ex-wife had custody of him, and he come down and did it for a summer trip, and I took him on a canoe trip. Him, and a couple of my buddies, and he was out swimming and walking the sandbanks along the river and stepped on glass, and it slit his foot wide open. What are the temps here? Probably right now, I'd say mid to low 70s. I think it got up to 88 degrees Fahrenheit tonight or today. And then the lows are mid 60s for the lows. But right now, it's kind of hard for me to judge. I'm kind of hot still, and I got a fire going. But if I had to guess, I'd say low to mid 70s is what the temperature is right now. It's beautiful weather. Starting to get into bug season. Got to cut out. Have a great and safe night. You too, bro. Appreciate you joining live. I'm not going to be on here too longer anyways. I got a little bit more filming I got to do for the video I'm out here recording before it gets too dark to film anymore. Awesome day out here. Well, folks, I'm glad he said he's leaving, because that reminded me I gotta go ahead and get off this live, because I have a couple more things I got to get filmed before I lose daylight and don't have light to film anymore, to close out the video I'm out here recording for tonight. So appreciate everybody joining my live. Greatly appreciate it. Not what is today? Saturday. So tomorrow's Sunday. Not this coming Monday, but the 10th is when the first island video, yesterday's live, that video I was out recording will come out then, and then 2 weeks after that, the video I'm out recording tonight will come out. Part 2 of that will come out that weekend. So June 10th will be my next premiere at 7 o'clock, which is Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope everybody shows up for the premiere and chats with us during the live chat. Greatly appreciate everybody joining me in my live tonight. And I'm going to cut y'all loose, because I got things I got to film. Holler at your boy. We'll see you guys on the next one.